So I finally finished the Punisher special, so here are my thoughts on that. Honestly, the tone is pretty somber. The fact that Frank is hallucinating dead soldiers to tell him to keep fighting, or to at least tell him that he is a wimp if he ends his journey too soon, I thought was pretty visceral and sad. And the fact that he was almost going to succumb to that idea before a hallucination of his daughter told him to keep fighting, it just adds to that sadness. And from there, it gets even worse because of the fact that we see him walking through Little Sicily and there's just rampant crime and murder going on. It honestly makes things feel too realistic. And it also just adds to the argument of Spider-Man being a fraud because of all this rampant crime going on. Maganucci's backstory was pretty brutal, and although I don't sympathize with her, I do think it is tragic the way her family went out, but at the same time, they're the main reason Little Sicily is the way it is, or a contributing factor to why it is where it's at now. So Maganucci meets up with Frank to tell him that there's going to be a hit out on him. And honestly, you could just feel how broken this lady is, not only physically, but also mentally, in her ideas of just not caring that citizens will get killed because of this hit that she put out on Frank. And what follows is probably one of the most visceral action sequences in the MCU. The hotel fight, the fact that Frank was on fire at one point and he just killed a barrage of soldiers using his wit and skills. It just made things a little more grounded than a lot of the MCU projects have been so far, even compared to Daredevil Born Again, which is already pretty grounded in of itself. And honestly, that unfinished VFX shot didn't bother me as much. It's easy to spot, but I thought it was going to be much worse when watching it. But in all honesty, it was pretty much nothing. And the special ends with Frank being a little more heroic in his ideals. He's still the same, but there's a sense of hope in him that he didn't have in a long time. And this is especially shown when he saves that family from that white supremacist, and later on when he gets payback from another white supremacist that harmed a dog from this homeless man. So overall, I would give this special a straight up 9 out of 10. The execution of this special is really great. The direction that John Bernthal had on the production was pretty well done. The choreography was good. Again, the action was visceral and the emotional points really hit home, especially from the beginning and the catharsis at the end. But those are my thoughts on the Punisher special. Let me know what you guys think.